So today's lesson is using our X's and O's from parallel lines, those key angle pair relationships, to find the missing angle measures, but this time we're going to do it algebraically. So first thing, you see from the example, we want to use angle pair relationships, our X's and O's, to solve for X. Then use that to find the measure of all the angles. So we're going to start this like we always do by labeling our X's and O's. Now if you look at my two marked angles, here and here, what do I have? An X and an X. What do you know about two X's? All X's are the same, congruent, those measures are equal. So we set our two pieces equal to each other. 9x plus 3 equals 8x plus 11. Start by combining your like terms, get the x's to one side, subtracting 8x. So x plus 3 equals 11. Finish solving for x. Subtract 3 from both sides. So we have x equals 8. Now we solved for x. Did I finish the question? Nope. Make sure we find the measures of all the angles. So starting with my x right here, I'll plug 8 in for x. So I'm just substituting 8 into 9x plus 3. When all the dust settles, we should find that this is 75 degrees. Now remember, all of our x's are the same. So all my x's are also 75 degrees. How do we find the o's? What do we know about x plus o? X plus o equals 180. So if my x is 75, we subtract to get 105 degrees. All of my o's are 105 degrees. So again, label your x's and o's, find out what you have, set up your equation and solve. Let's do another example. Again, always going back to our x's and o's. Make sure we use that to solve for x and find the measures of all the angles. Let's label our x's and o's. Now in this case, what do I have? An O and an O. What can you tell me about O and O? They're congruent, their measures are equal. So let's fill in our parts. 12x plus 4 equals 13x minus 4. Now we solve for x. We got to get the x's to one side. So 4 equals x minus 4. Add 4 to both sides to get x by itself. And we have x equals 8. Now we got to find the measures of all the angles. So I'll pick this one to plug into. I know all of my O's are represented by 12x plus 4. When I plug in 8, 12 times 8 plus 4 ends up giving us 100 degrees. So all of my O's are 100 degrees because all of the O's are equal. Now let's find x. What can you tell me about x plus O? X and O are supplementary, they give you 180 degrees. So if we subtract 100 degrees, we find that all the X's are 80. Let's do another example. Use our angle pair relationships, our X's and O's to solve for X and find all the missing angle measures. Make sure we answer both parts of the question. And let's start by labeling our X's and O's. Now what do I have in this case? An X and an O. What do we know about X's and O's? X plus O equals 180. They're supplementary. So let's fill in our parts. X is X plus 105. O is X plus 85. And together those give me 180. Go ahead and solve for X. Combine your like terms. Subtract 190 from both sides. So 2x equals negative 10. Divide both sides by 2 to get x by itself. And we end up with an x value of negative 5. That piece is done. Make sure we're answering all parts of the question. So if I plug my x value of negative 5 back into here, negative 5 plus 105 gives us 100 degrees. So all of my x's are 100 degrees. That means all of the o's need to be 80 degrees. Because x plus o equals 180. All right, one more example. Same thing, setting up our x's and o's and solving for x. So let's start by labeling x's and o's. Now what do I have in this example? X and an x. What happens with x and x? They're equal. They're congruent. So let's plug in our parts. 7x plus 2 equals 8x minus 7. Go ahead and solve for x. Subtract 7x from both sides. And add 7. So we end up with an x value of 9. Now I gotta find my angle measurements. So just plug that x value into any of our options. I'll plug into this one. So 8 times 9 minus 7 ends up giving us 65 degrees. So all of my x's are 65 degrees. What about my o's? What do we know about x and o? They're supplementary. So 180 minus 65 leaves my o's at 115 degrees. All my o's are the same. So these are all 115 degrees. All right, now you should have a practice sheet where you need to do the same process. I just want you to solve for x. So practice those on your own, check your answers, go back to some of the example videos if you need to, and we'll go over this when I see you next.